You just finished a presentation. The prospect says, "That's too expensive." Suddenly, you feel a jolt of emotions rush through your body. The harsh words cut you like a knife. They sound clear, final, unquestionable. However, beware. These seemingly negative quips can actually be invitations disguised as rejections, depending on how you choose to listen. "Your price is too high," or "we already have a provider." These words can actually be an invitation to engage. Sounds strange? Come with me on an adventure as we apply ancient Stoic philosophy to solve modern sales challenges. In this video, we will explore how opportunities can sometimes be clouded by what you hear. You see, how you listen can be like a thick fog, blocking you from seeing a glorious sunrise. How you listen can prevent you from hearing a customer's true message, the message underlying the actual message. Watch this video to the end to discover 3 simple ways to trick yourself to hear what you, until now, have been unable to hear. In the next few minutes, focus on my words and not on daily distractions. The great Stoic thinker Seneca encourages us to practice quieting our mind. This allows us to listen deeply and absorb the true meaning of another person's words. Thus, when a potential customer says, "not interested," most salespeople hear, "go away." You might feel disappointed or defensive, unfairly criticized, but the Stoic seller reacts instinctively by realizing, "wait a minute, I have the power to choose how I react." Indeed, how to quiet your mind and listen, to hear what is truly being said. You see, how accurately we interpret words determines our future. For example, when a customer says, "no thanks, we're all set," the Stoic seller looks for the message behind the message and listens deeply, and realizes those who offer such words are often pressed for time or frustrated with a personal situation. The Stoic seller resists the temptation to habitually hear an objection. Instead, choose to listen more closely for hesitation, distraction, frustration. Rather than jumping to conclusions, quiet your mind and listen differently. Epictetus reminds us, control what we can and ignore what we cannot. In sales, this means realizing what we interpret as negative can sometimes be an opportunity in disguise. This means not allowing emotions to dominate how you interpret reality. Form this habit. Pause to consider what is really being said. What is the message underlying the message? But beware. Do not be tempted to always hear positive where there is negative. Instead, seek the true message by being skeptical and guarding against your own negative thoughts. Have you ever considered why we are given 2 ears but only 1 mouth? Epictetus believed this was not a coincidence, for we must listen twice as much as we speak, and fall in love with the voice of others, not our own. Thus, to listen skeptically, our mind must accept phrases like, "your price is too high," as the beginning of a conversation, not the end. You see, sometimes rejection is not about disinterest, it is about context. Here's an example. "Not interested" might mean, "I don't have time for this right now." The message behind "we're all set" can actually be, "we're comfortable for now, but not forever." And "we already have a provider" sometimes means, "convince me why I should reconsider." It depends on how you listen. Going forward, I urge you to listen with new ears. Here is how. Filter fear and desire out from these kinds of phrases. In doing so, you see them for what they really are: clues, signals worth exploring, potential opportunities. The great Stoic philosopher Seneca advises stepping back to critically examine your thoughts and emotions. A first step in listening with new ears is to engage in calm deliberation with yourself, rather than being swept away by fear, desire, or busyness. So, starting today, listen differently. Pay closer attention to what customers are saying without actually saying it. Listen with new ears. To hear the true message underlying the other person's message, the Stoics promoted the idea of filtering external influences. In simple terms, this is the practice of making deeper, skeptical examination of words. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not be carried away by appearances, but examine them closely and see them for what they really are." Thus, when hearing what sounds like negative pushback, the Stoic seller responds calmly, thoughtfully, perhaps with facilitative questions. Asking how, what, and when questions opens customers up to sharing deep emotional motivations with you. In essence, filtering external influences means protecting your mental space, not by ignoring criticism or rejection, rather by interpreting words more carefully, indeed, offering skepticism. If Marcus Aurelius was alive today, he would teach us to guard our mind from deception and disturbance by questioning first impressions and not jumping to conclusions. When listening, we must filter and beware. We must not dismiss the possibility of hearing disappointing words. Instead, the trick is to redefine how you experience criticism. Being criticized is no longer experienced as a failure or objection, but instead as a tool, a signal. Sometimes what seems like rejection is an invitation to dig deeper. For example, the frustrated quip, "I don't see the need," might mean the customer is emotionally overwhelmed at that moment in time. A rather flippant, "not the right time" response might signal they are delaying a decision, not dismissing it. Seeing these kinds of words as signals and embracing them is the key to success. The challenge is simple. Form the habit of accepting such signals and acting on them with skeptic examination. This means seeing what you used to experience as brush-offs or rejections as signals, clues. Thus, words like, "I have no budget," are not endpoints, but starting points. By reacting to surface-level signals with deeper examination, the conversation is not over, it is just beginning. By now, you're a believer. Opportunities can sometimes be clouded by what you hear. It depends on your listening habits. How you listen can be like a thick fog, blocking you from hearing a customer's true message, the message underlying the actual message. Consider how you can apply what I've shared today. Leave a comment below sharing your sales philosophy and challenges. Oh, and consider sharing this video and subscribing for more. See you next time.